Hi everybody, welcome back to the Going For It Sim Studio. Today we're going to talk about something that I don't see very often, and I've only heard about it from the folks at About Golf, and that is what we call practice mode. It's a way to utilize your simulator to practice specific shots without it affecting your score during your round. The reason why this is so important is when you're on the course and you end up in a tricky spot, or let's say you want to shoot the corner, play the tiger line, hit it over the water, try to get a par 5 and 2, you can't necessarily do that on the golf course. You've got your buddies heckling you about mulligans, you have people behind you waiting, you could have a group up ahead that's just flat out in the way. But when you're running a simulator, you don't have any of those holdbacks, those constraints. So besides your buddies heckling you for mulligans, which we'll get to, but there's this really cool mode called practice mode. And what you're able to do is just turn off the scoring for a second and play a shot. So a great example is I'm at the Colorado Golf Club. It's a challenging course. It actually fits my game really well. I really enjoy it. It looks really cool. So I've got this on hole 4 where we have 27 yards to the pin, but it's a hard right to left with the slope going away from me into the pin. So this is tricky because you have to be able to just hit a nice tiny lob just to get it enough to run, because it's going to run. And so where do you hit it? As a beginner golfer like myself, I don't have the shots in my arsenal to backspin that to keep it from running too much. I don't have the experience on where do I land it? Where's my aiming spot? So instead of caring about my score, because generally when I'm playing, I just use mulligans because I forget about practice mode or I'm too lazy to turn it on. And so I just hit mulligan, and it just doesn't bother, like it bothers some people. And so utilizing practice mode, if you do care about your score, allows you to take a shot like this and get it right and be able to repeat it before you continue with your game. Now, if I would hit this and I would hole it, it doesn't count. So you can't cheat it. You are going to need to actually hit the shot again. So my approach on this one is just reading it in general is I want to land it just on the green on the right side here because I know it's going to run and then it's going to go left. So if I can get it just to lip the green, I think it's going to roll over the little ridge here, and it should put me close enough where I have a makeable putt. Because honestly, if I end up over here, I'm either off the green completely or the putt's just going to be difficult. So if I can get it to where I almost even go a little bit past the flag, I think if I hit it up the hill, it's going to make for an easier putt. So to get to practice mode in About Golf, you just go down to options, you go to game, and then you go practice mode, and you just turn it on. And if you do see yourself at About Golf frequently and you haven't picked up any of their Titleist Pro V1s with the About Golf markings on them, I highly recommend it. These balls have completely changed my game in the aspect of feel. They just feel so much better. The standard Pinnacle ball, it's a great ball, it's a practice ball, does what it needs to do, but these are just so much less plinky to me. That's the easiest way I can explain it. The feel is just much better when you get nice clean contact. So I'm gonna try my original idea. I'm gonna try to see if I can land it just over here on the right and see if I can pull that in. So I'm gonna aim my feet just a little bit to the right there and just try to pick it up. So that's where I wanted to land it. We'll see how my first try is here. All right, so that ran like I thought it would. I mean, look at that. I mean, it went right and it just ran left and had me 9 feet away. If I was able to take that shot, I could see what the putt looks like. I don't know where it would land, but because we're here, we could try it a couple more times. We could try to go crazy. Let's go really far right with the same hit. Okay, so since the green didn't have the slope over on there, I'm way away. I mean, I'm 46 feet to the pin. I mean, that's not where I would want to play the ball ideally. So Now we'll try for somewhere in the middle. Might not have gotten that to hit quite where I wanted it to. And I didn't get the run I wanted, still 45 feet away. So the cool part about this, you're hanging out with your buddies, you can talk about it. You can learn from them. If you're playing with somebody better, they can give you tips. Maybe I'm not swinging it correctly. I don't have the club face open enough. There's so many different options that this just allows you to carefree, just practice. I mean, look at that one, I bladed it. My guess is that one's just really gonna run. Let's take a look. I mean, look, and it ended up being probably the best shot I've taken so far. I'm 9 feet away, but I'm gonna be hitting up the hill, which makes for a much easier putt. It just wasn't a very clean shot. So I would do it more and more until I got that style shot without blading it, to get a nice, clean, under the ball, something I'm comfortable with. It's a great way for you to use your simulator or your simulator time to actually improve your game without the stress of somebody behind you or ahead of you. You don't want to get stuck playing your round of 18 just like you're playing outside, because it's just not the same thing. Use it to your advantage. When you have a shot that you can play over water you normally wouldn't do, take the risky shot in practice mode and see what happens. Do you have the power to get over that water? Can you cut those trees? Can you reach that green in one? Challenge yourself, but do focused practice so that your game improves. Make it fun. Make golf fun, especially in a simulator. In a simulator, it can get very mundane. If you play a lot like I do, you can get bored pretty quick. You want to keep the game fun. Also, you want it to get it to really drive your skill and improve your game in every way you possibly can. Utilize those advantages. Please like, follow, and subscribe. We'll see you next time.